Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you all of the 66 books that I read in 2025, and if you're wondering why my shelves look really bare, it's because all the books are here, okay, so ignore that, okay. PSA, I'm not good at reviewing books. I'm probably not going to go in depth on all of the books, especially the ones that I didn't like, unless I really didn't like it. And for some of them, I read them either digitally or from my library, so I don't own them, so I've just got them written down on little slips of paper. And for some reason, I haven't written down the author's name on all of those slips of paper, so I'm sorry guys. But number one, it's the first book I read this year. It started with Summer. Haven't written down the author's name because I'm just a genius like that. I don't remember. Okay, it's an MLM romance set in a summer camp where they're both camp counselors, and other than that, I can't remember anything apart from the fact that I hated it. I felt like the pacing was very weird. They'd go from having a really heartfelt moment to them banging each other, so I wouldn't really recommend, guys. It wasn't that good. My second book, Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. Now, do I love this series and I love this book? Yes. However, I am not going to recommend it because I don't want to support the author. I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying you go out and buy it because I don't want to support the author. But I did like the book. I'm sorry, guys. If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nowlin. I just felt like this book was incredibly unnecessary. Like, I didn't mind Finney's POV in it. I quite liked Jack's POV in it, but I just skimmed Autumn's POV because it's like we already got an entire book in her POV. We didn't need more. This book just felt very unnecessary and kind of like a cash grab because it's not a cash grab per se, but I just don't think we needed Autumn's POV at the end of it. We could have just done with Finney and Jack's. So I wouldn't really recommend it if he had been with me, but I wouldn't recommend it if he had been with me either. So the next book, Goodnight, Mr. Tom. When I was in year 6, we were doing our history topic on World War II, so we read this as our kind of reading book, right? I barely got anywhere into it in school, obviously, because we had a lot going on. But I picked it up outside of school. It was okay. It's very obviously a children's book. It is, however, incredibly sad and it made me cry, and I love the movie. So I kind of would recommend, but it is written like a kid's book, so. Oh, another slip of paper. Ella on the Outside. Now, I know for a fact this one was also a kid's book. I was going through and just reading some of my old kids' books before I donated them and stuff. I don't know who the author is because I haven't written it down. It's about a girl who is at school and then she notices one of her, not friends, but one of the other students acting odd. And I can't remember anything other than that. I wouldn't recommend it, guys. Sorry. I reread for the 8th time the first Heartstopper book. It's a graphic novel, okay? If you want to say graphic novels don't count, leave. It doesn't affect you, okay? It doesn't affect you. What I count towards my reading goal. Obviously, I love Heartstopper. It's a bit I don't know, guys. I feel like Heartstopper just reminds me of a very nostalgic part of my life and part of my friendship groups. But the book itself and the show, really good. I would recommend. This is not very in-depth descriptions, I'm sorry, guys. Owls Do Cry by Janet Frame. I don't remember anything that happened in this book other than someone got set on fire and died. And it was so bad that I used it as my sacrificial book for that one video I did where I put a book in water. She hasn't really recovered from that, so I'm sorry. I wouldn't recommend. I don't even remember what it was about. I don't know, guys. Just don't read it. Ooh! As Old as Time by Liz Braswell. This is a twisted Disney tale where Belle's mother was the one who cursed the beast. And actually, I would really recommend this. Okay, it's basically like it's Beauty and the Beast. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, just with more backstory. And I actually really liked it because it had more like actual plotline aspects that obviously aren't going to be there in the movie because it's a kids movie. And I would recommend this. It did have me gasping at some points, which is surprising. I didn't expect it from that. Oh, another slip of paper. I've written the author's name on this one. Woo, go me. Okay. I Wish You All the Best by Mason Diva. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's not, I'm sorry guys, but Mason Diva. I'm calling him Mason Diva. Okay. I borrowed this book from a friend because he recommended it to me, and I read it. It was fine. I didn't really feel strongly emotionally attached to any of the characters, but then again, that's just because I couldn't relate. This book is about a non-binary person who comes out to their parents, is kind of kicked out of their house, goes to live with their older sister, and like falls in love with one of the guys at their new school because they had to switch schools when they moved in with their older sister. It was really cute. I did like the book. I would recommend. I just personally didn't connect to that many people in it. Another slip of paper, guys. Oh, this one just says, "Not my fault." Great. No author name. I do know what this book is about. It's about these two sisters. One, like a few years ago, one of them broke the other one's leg on a roundabout / merry-go-round, depending on where you are, right? And that her leg's kind of never recovered. She hates her older sister for it. I don't know, guys. It's just two sisters being really whiny to each other the entire time, and I wouldn't recommend. And it's also a kid's book, so it's not going to be that detailed. Okay, This Winter by Alice Oseman. I mean, set in the Heartstopper universe, except this one has words. This one has words in it, guys. It has some pictures. It's like a holiday novella from the Heartstopper world. Love it. I've read it about 5 times because it's just really short, and it's a nice read. Okay, I would recommend it if you like Heartstopper. Okay, I don't really know what to add. Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. Obviously, if you've read Heartstopper, I think you should read this because you'll like it. It's, again, kind of another novella. It's set, I think, like, sometime after the 5th book. I think. Don't quote me on that, guys. Don't quote me on that. But I would recommend it if you like Heartstopper. Now, Blood of Hercules. If you've seen my stories recently, the book I was talking about was the sequel to this one, Bonds of Hercules. The first book, I did enjoy the first book. I enjoyed the second book. I think they are fun reads. But if you are looking for a good read, I wouldn't recommend. Like, if you're looking for an intelligent, well-written... These are well-written. I don't know, guys. I just think the men in them are so icky. Like, genuinely so icky. Like, I hate all of the men. I said all of, not both. Okay, I said what I said, I know. Just don't go into this book expecting to like anyone except the protagonist. That's all I have to say. Oh, another slip of paper. I did write the author's name on this one. The No-Shy by Beth O'Leary. I read this book. I actually loved it, okay? It took me a while to read, but I did love it. It made me cry. It had plot twists that I was not expecting, and I would recommend it. I'm sorry, guys. It's about this guy who stands up 3 different girls on Valentine's Day all at once, and then following that... I can't really say anything other than that or else it'll spoil it, but... Now... Picked up slip of paper by accident. Crater Lake by Jennifer Killick. This book, I originally read it when I was in year 6 as one of my like chosen reading books. All I remember is I absolutely loved it, and I had a crush on the main character's best friend. I still have a crush on the main character's best friend. Not gonna lie, I still do. It was in it was available in a school library, a primary school library, so obviously it's a kid's book. It's not that well. If you took the premise of this and made it into an adult, or at least a YA sci-fi, it would eat. Okay, basically, they're all on a school trip, and then some of their classmates start going insane, and it turns out they're being infected and turned into wasp people. So I think this is where my fear of wasps originated from, guys. But I would recommend, especially to like younger people, because it is like a younger read. It's a kid's book, but I wanted to reread it, and it still held up to the hype given the fact that it's a kid's book. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I really like this book. You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow. I love Kathleen Glasgow. Okay, I love all of her books except Girl in Pieces. I didn't like that. Or I don't think I didn't like it. I just think I wasn't in the headspace to enjoy it at the time that I read it. Okay, I should have listened to people and, you know, read it when I was in a healthy space, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Okay, but You'd Be Home Now, Kathleen Glasgow. It is so good. I couldn't help but associate. So basically, it's about this girl called Emily. No, Emery, not Emily. Emery. That's a cute name, Emery. Sorry, guys. Sidetrack. It's about this girl called Emery who gets in a car crash. Read the trigger warnings before you read any of Kathleen's books, guys. They're very heavy. Okay, but she gets into a car crash with her in the passenger seat, a guy driving, her older brother Joey, and this other girl called Candy in the back seat. I'm sorry guys, this is making no sense. But they get into a car crash. Emery breaks her arm or her knee. I can't remember which one, but I think it was her knee or her arm. I can't remember. The guy who was driving gets flung out the windshield, but he's kind of fine, as much as I can remember. Her brother Joey is kind of fine. He was just incredibly high when this entire thing happened because he's a drug addict. And the girl called Candy in the back died. So, yeah, you follow Emery through her life kind of recovering from her injuries. Joey ends up going to rehab because he's a drug addict, and then you follow him coming back into the home and their parents being really well, bad parents in my opinion. Sorry, I'm not good at explaining books, guys. I would highly recommend, okay? I would very, very highly recommend. I loved it. I've been wanting to buy a copy, but I can't find it in any bookshops near me, okay? Next, Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Obviously, read this book, okay? Read this before you go into Once Upon a Broken Heart, okay? I will say that. Read it before you go into Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is a reread, right? I've already read it, and I've already read Once Upon a Broken Heart. But I would highly recommend Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart, okay? If you really don't like Caraval, I would say read Once Upon a Broken Heart anyway, because Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart definitely give different vibes. But I would highly recommend Caraval. I loved it. I loved the characters, except a certain person. I can't say who it is without spoiling something, but yeah, I would definitely recommend Caraval. It's about two sisters. One of them gets kidnapped, so the other one has to go into this kind of circus-like thing to rescue her. I'm not going to explain anything, sorry guys. Ink by Alice Broadway. I've written the author's name on this one. Woo! It's basically about a world where all of your like major milestones you get tattooed on your skin, and then so they're like permanent reminders of everything. So like if like you getting married, you graduating, if you commit a crime, things like that, they're all documented on your skin. And it's about this girl who's training to be a tattoo artist who does the tattoos. And I'm like, that is such a unique idea for a book, and I absolutely loved it. I finished it in like 4 days. Can I remember the particulars of the plot? No, but this was one of the ones I read very early on in the year, right? But all I know, I did genuinely love it, okay? It had a good message, and it had a good plot, and it was fast-paced, and I would recommend, okay? Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Reread before Fearless. Don't read Powerless, it's not that good, okay? I know I post about it a lot because I post a lot about Blair and Kit and hating. I post a lot of hate on Kai and Payton. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that good. It is just a bunch of tropes slammed together in an attempt to look good, and it is just plagiarism of Red Queen. So, I wouldn't recommend. This is when I did my reread before Fearless came out. Read Powerful, read Reckless, and then I read Fearless. Hated Fearless. Sorry, that was not a good book. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Sorry guys, there's a lot of slips of paper. I'm checking they're in the right order. 5 Feet Apart. I watched the movie and then I picked up the book, cried at both of them. I cried more at the movie than I did at the book, because when I read the book I already knew what was coming. But it's basically about these 2 people who are in hospital because they have cystic fibrosis, which means they can't like go near each other. They have to stay 6 feet apart at all times. Otherwise they can catch each other's bacteria. Cystic fibrosis is basically where a bunch of mucus and stuff builds up in your lungs, I'm pretty sure. Please don't quote me, guys, I'm not a medical professional. I've not written the author's name on this, I'm so sorry, guys. But I would recommend this book, and I would recommend the movie. They both made me cry. But, like, not happy tears, okay? But not bad crying, okay? Good crying. An Echo in the City. Why have I not written down the author's names on any of these? I'm so sorry. An Echo in the City. It's basically about these 2 people, right? Who, one of them is a, like, art student, I'm pretty sure, a photography student. One of them is a training police officer. And they're both on kind of opposite sides of a protest that's going on. So he's the police that's kind of enforcing the entire thing, and she's one of the protesters, and it's very good. I would recommend. The writing is so good that when we were in the protest scenes, I genuinely felt like I couldn't breathe, because it was so like vivid in my head that I felt like I was in the middle of it, and I liked it because it was good writing. I didn't like it because I felt like I couldn't breathe. Okay, I would recommend it. It was very good. Circe, I haven't written down the name of this one, but I'm pretty sure it's Madeline Miller. I don't know, guys. It took me a month to read this because, well, it took me 3 months actually, but I kept putting it down and picking it back up. I wouldn't really recommend unless you really want to find out more about, I don't know, guys. I would recommend, but I would recommend if you want a fast-paced read. Like, it was well written. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't reread it, and I wouldn't really go around recommending it to anyone except a very certain like genre of people. Sorry guys, my lamp's turned off. Ugh. Yeah, another kid's book that I was rereading. My Naughty Little Sister. What is this book? It's just full of, it's basically one of those bedtime stories that parents can read to their kids as like little precautionary tales and stuff, and I'm like, no, that was just awful. You're not teaching your kids anything good here. So no, I wouldn't recommend it, basically. Watch Me by Terry Matthews. It's got my bookmark in it because I'm currently rereading it. I loved it more than the first series. Love all of the characters. I love Rosabelle. If you hate Rosabelle, then I hate you. Okay, well, maybe I don't. That's a bit extreme. But I don't like you if you don't like Rosabelle. Okay? I love this book. I would recommend, obviously, read Shatter Me first. But if you... I have some very strong opinions about a certain character from Shatter Me. So, but I would recommend, I love this book. If you're going to tell me to stop reading the spin-off series because I don't like a certain man from the first series, what? Shut up. Just leave. Okay? But I love this book. I would recommend you read the spin-off series. Read Shatter Me first, but then read the spin-off series because I love James. I love Rosa. I love almost everyone in it. Let's have a look. The second Heartstopper book, I mean, I don't really have anything to say on the Heartstopper books because I feel like I've already talked about them a lot. The third Heartstopper book, okay, Legendary. It took me a month to get through this because I was reading it on my hardcover because I didn't have the paperback at the time. Don't read these books on hardcover. It makes them like seem 1,000 times longer. It genuinely does. Like, I just don't know, guys. I would recommend reading Legendary and Caraval, but if you didn't, like, if you genuinely hated or really didn't like Caraval, I wouldn't say that Legendary is worth it. I would say Legendary might be worth it to get through to finale, but I wouldn't say Legendary in itself is worth it. It's a book. I'm sorry, I just didn't like it, guys. I do like Donatello, though. I love Donatello. Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. Now, I have some very strong opinions about Twisted Love. I hate Twisted Love and I love Twisted Hate, okay? I hate Twisted Love because I hate Alex. That is an entirely separate conversation. You're not having that right now. I love Twisted Hate because I love Josh, I love Jules. Anyone who says they hate Josh because of what he did but then turns around and loves Alex regardless of what he did, you're a hypocrite, go away. I don't trust your opinions, okay? But I love Josh, I love Jules, I love the book. This is one of the only books I've ever read where I haven't been mad at third act breakup because it genuinely felt natural instead of being forced for a third act breakup. Okay, I would definitely recommend, even if you didn't like Twisted Love or Twisted Games, really. I don't remember reading Twisted Games. I liked it, but I didn't like it, but I did not like it, you know? I would recommend reading Twisted Hate. I love Twisted Hate. I love it. It's 5 stars for me. Absolutely love it. Cried hysterically. The next 2 Heartstopper books. I'm not really going to talk about these books, sorry guys. I feel like I've talked about them enough before. The Girl Who Broke the Sea by A. Connors. This is one of my favourite books of the year, okay? I've got 2 books that kind of tied for first place of my favourite of the year, and this is one of them, okay? It is a YA sci-fi thriller where basically this girl called Lily, her and her mother gets a new job to go work on an underwater mining rig. So she goes to work on the underwater mining rig, right? But the second she and Lily get there, everything starts like going wrong. And I love this book. I love this book. It has the teensiest, tiniest, littlest bit of a romantic subplot. It's not that much for a romantic subplot, guys. Okay, don't get your hopes up if you really want a romantic subplot, but I did love the romantic subplot when it was there, okay? I love this book. I relate to Lily on such a personal aspect because it goes a lot into detail about her, like, personal issues and thoughts, and I relate to her so much. I love her. If you dare come near me and speak bad things about Lily, I will fight you. Oh. I Wish You Would by Eva Des Lauriers. I'm sorry guys, I'm not good at pronunciation. If I pronounce that wrong, tell me in the comments, please. Okay, this book was just quick, 300 pages, little summer romance. Wasn't that good, wasn't that bad, it was okay. It was okay, that's all I have to say on it, really. I did enjoy it, it was fun, but I wouldn't really, like, go around recommending it with high praise. It was a fun, light-hearted read. I don't really have anything to say on it. Oh. The Yellow Wallpaper by, can't remember his name because I haven't written it down, or her name, sorry guys, I don't know. Don't remember their name. This is supposed to have like a really good metaphor that changed people's lives and changed their views. I had to Google what the metaphor was. I had to Google what the metaphor actually meant because I didn't get it. And I still don't get it. Well, no, I do get it. I get how that was a metaphor, but I'm like, how was I meant to just understand that? Like, no. I wouldn't recommend this book, guys. I mean, if you wanna get another book on your yearly, if you want to be able to hate your reading, I'll read it because it's only 25 pages. I wouldn't actually recommend it as a book. Sorry guys. I reread The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Favorite book ever. Okay. I don't have anything to say. I still love the book. I will still die for okay, maybe I wouldn't die for this book. Maybe, I don't know. I would die for Cardinal Jude. I would do that. Okay. I love this book. Please read it if you haven't. It's so good. I don't really have any words because it's so good. Oh, now. The Lost Sisters by Holly Black. Taryn's novella that is meant to be her apologising to Jude for the things that she did. I'm not going to say in case it's spoilers, but this just made me hate Taryn even more. This is the worst apology I have ever seen in my life. I hated it. It was well written, obviously, because it was by Holly Black, but I hate Taryn, so I hated the novella. By extension, it was just not a fun experience. Ooh, Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. again, another like Disney retelling, but one where Ursula had kind of won the thing that happened at the end of I've never actually seen The Little Mermaid, guys, okay? Don't hate me, but I've never actually seen it. I did really enjoy this book though. I think I enjoyed it more than the Beauty and the Beast retelling. I loved this book. I would recommend, definitely. I don't really have anything else to say, sorry guys. Fearful by Lauren Roberts. Did I enjoy Fearful because it was about Kid and Blair? Yes. Did I enjoy Fearful because I actually enjoyed Fearful? No. I especially hated the ending of the book. I wouldn't recommend Powers at all, guys. Okay. The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, and How the King of Elfheim Hate Stories, which is the novella that comes after the trilogy. Obviously, I would recommend favourite trilogy ever, favourite books ever. Please, please, please read the trilogy, please. Reckless by Elsie Silver. Now here, I'm just going to be talking about the book itself and not about the things that the author has done, because I read this before she did those things, okay? The first part of the book, Theo really icked me out because, well, at a very critical moment, he started comparing the size of their femurs. I wish I was joking, I am not. Let me see if I can find the line. Yes, King. Her femur is so much shorter than mine. What? Why are we comparing the size of our femurs? I love Theo, I love Winter, I love the books as a whole. Theo just really got on my nerves for the first half of the book. He was just really annoying. I did like him by the end though. Ish. 5 Survived by Holly Jackson. I love anything written by Holly Jackson, okay? This book about a group of friends who kind of go on a road trip. Their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere. They have no like reception signal to call anyone and get help. And there's a sniper outside of the RV trying to kill them and trying to blackmail secrets out of them. It's very good. I would recommend. Made me hysterically sob. Made me hysterically giggle at some inappropriate times, maybe. I would recommend. Please read this book and also please read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. These towers are gonna fall on me. Ooh, my friend bought this for me as like a jokey birthday present a few years ago, right? Because we had this thing where I was her mother for some reason. Why Mummy Swears by Gil Sims. It was okay. It was funny. I liked it. It was funny. It was fast paced. I enjoyed it. Okay. It's a book. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I actually did quite enjoy it. It was fun. I would kind of recommend. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm sorry. Double Cross by Mallory Blackman. Now, I read Noughts and Crosses. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just okay. It was okay. I cried at the end, obviously. And then I read Double Cross. 5 stars. This book is a 5 stars, okay? I love, love, love this book. I can't really tell you who it's following without spoiling Noughts and Crosses, so... But it's so good. I cried. It's about this guy and this girl who one day you know what? Maybe I actually can't say that because it's a spoiler. Basically, it's about this guy and this girl, and that's all I can say without spoiling anything. I love this book. I love the writing. I love the message. I love the main characters, especially Toby. I love him. You may say his like actions were not over dramatic, but his actions weren't the right thing to do, and I'm like, I agree. Would I have done the same thing if I was him? No. Do I disagree with what he did? No. Oh, last stack, guys. Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. I didn't expect to like this book, okay, but I actually really liked it. It was fun, it was fast paced. I love the plot twists, okay, I love the plot twists. I couldn't have seen the plot twist in this book coming, and I'm normally quite good at guessing plot twists. I would highly recommend if you want like a fast paced thriller. Basically, it's about this girl who walks into an alleyway and then just is never seen coming out. Dead end alleyway is never seen coming out. Okay. And then this detective who gets put on the case who's trying to figure it out, and then this guy comes in and starts blackmailing said detective to plant false evidence at the scene of the crime to frame someone else. It's very good, I would recommend. On the other hand, I wouldn't recommend this book. No One Home by Tim Weaver. I wouldn't recommend this book. I hated it. I'm not going to hold this book because it's sticky. I don't know why it's sticky, it just came like that. I wouldn't recommend it. It was bad. Okay, could I have guessed the plot twist? No. I didn't want to, I didn't care. Okay, it was 500 pages of, well, it was 450 pages of nothing and then 50 pages of everything. It was so bad. I wouldn't recommend, guys. Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. Now, I loved Butcher and Blackbird. Did I love this one as much as I liked Butcher and Blackbird? No, I still do like this book. I see people say that they don't like this book. I did like this book. I did enjoy it. It's a dark rom-com, okay? I don't know if you have guessed this about me. I like dark romance when everything that happens is consensual. I like dark romance when, you know, he doesn't sexually assault her. And no, he didn't do that. So, woo, go him. Bare fucking minimum. I would recommend, this book made me cry, okay? I didn't expect to cry at this book. This book made me cry. I also cried at the first book. I love the characters. I love the plot. I love the way I annotated it. It was very good, I would recommend. The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. Obviously, amazing. I love the book. Will I be seeing the movie? No, because it has Sydney Sweeney in it. But I love the book. Very fast paced. I guessed the plot twist. Like, I did guess that because it was fairly obvious to me. But I still love the book. I still finished the book because I loved the book so much that it didn't matter that I'd already guessed everything that happened. Just, I love this book, okay? I will be reading the sequel, however, I will not be buying any of the books first hand because I keep seeing them second hand. I've got the second book, I just need the third book, I'm pretty sure. I would recommend, but I would be wary of recommending because I've heard that Freida McFadden does a lot of plagiarism, so... Sorry guys. The Changing Man by... I am not going to pronounce that name because I will butcher it so bad and I don't want to do that. Okay, I've had this book on my TBR for 3 years. It was okay. I did enjoy it. I was expecting more of a thriller in the beginning. It wasn't. It was just a bunch of high school drama for the first part. I wouldn't recommend, but I wouldn't say I hated it, but I wouldn't go around recommending it. The Virtue Season by L.M. Nathan. I love this book. Okay, it's a dystopian set in a world where basically everyone's put through this like season of balls, as in like dance parties, not, sorry guys, don't know why I said it like that, but they're put through this season of like getting to know other people in their age group, and they're not allowed to be friends with the opposite gender until they get married, basically. They go through this set of like parties and balls, and then the government forces them into marriages based on their random pairs. And I just love this book, not even because of the plot. The plot, in my opinion, was kind of lacking. I finished this book because the writing style is so eloquent. I absolutely love it. I didn't really tab it, but I would recommend. I would highly recommend. I love this book. It's not even like this particular one quote. It's just how the entire book is written. I would genuinely recommend it. And the plot was good. So I would recommend that one, guys. Say You're Sorry by Michael Robotham. Don't know how to pronounce these. I'm sorry, guys. This book was very, very good. I guessed most of the plot twists because there wasn't really any major plot twist. Well, there was at the end. I didn't guess the one at the end, but the rest of them fairly obvious. However, please look up trigger warnings before you read this book because there's a lot of heavy things, and on page, I will just say it now because you really need to be aware of this before you go into it. There is kind of on page teenage girls getting molested by a fully grown man. So there needs to be a trigger warning for that. I'm sorry, but the book was good. Look up trigger warnings though. I did enjoy the book though. I cried. Ooh, Little White Lies and Deadly Little Scandals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Sorry guys, my nose is itchy. I love these books. Okay, they made it onto my favourites of 2025. It's basically this girl whose estranged grandmother one day shows up in her apartment and says, I will give you $500,000 if you do a debutante season. So the girl's like, yes, absolutely. Yeah, why wouldn't I want to do that? Right. So she goes to the debutante season, 1, for the $500,000, and 2, because she wants to find out who her biological father is, because she doesn't know, because her mother ran away from home at 16 because she was pregnant. It was very good. I would recommend. I love Sawyer. I love the other people in it. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I didn't guess the plot twist in the second book. I kind of guessed them in the first book. I didn't guess them in the second book. That was very good. Okay. Oh. I'm not even just saying this because I don't want to support the author. I hated this book. I'm going to get attacked in my comments. I'm just going to skip over it. Don't read Fourth Wing if you have any sense of self-preservation. It is bad. Okay. Once again, I'm wary of supporting Chloe Welsh. I don't want to support her. I do love the series. I wouldn't recommend it because I don't want to support Chloe Welsh. Sorry, guys. Finale by Stephanie Garber. Now, I didn't like Legendary as much as I liked this one, obviously. This one was fine. It felt a lot faster because I wasn't reading it on hardback. Okay, I would recommend. It was very good. It was very fast-paced. Anyone who hates on Donatella because of the fact that she got more chapters than Scarlett in this book, grow up. That's not Donatella's fault, okay? That's just not her fault. I love the books. I love the series as a whole. I love Stephanie Garber's writing. And then I read the holiday novella, Spectacular. Loved it. It wasn't like a really well plotted book. It was just fast-paced and fun. Okay. Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Now, I should have listened to people when they said that this book was very dark. It is incredibly dark. It made me feel incredibly dark after reading it. I would, however, recommend it. But look up kind of trigger warnings before going in. I guessed the plot twist because it's quite obvious. Once you've like got a grasp of what's going on, it's quite obvious what the plot twist is. But I would recommend just be wary when going into it. It is quite a dark book. Oh, The Gingerbread Christmas Village. I read this because it was a holiday romance and I just wanted to read a holiday romance. I wouldn't recommend. This book was really bad. It's like Gilmore Girls, but worse. I wouldn't recommend, guys. I hate this book. I only finished it because it was like less than 300 pages. I've read some Christmas books around this time, guys, in case you can tell. 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas by Adam Kay. I read one of his books because it was one of the only like more mature books we were allowed in our school library in year 6. I read that one and everyone wanted to read that book because it had pictures of people's private parts in it. Wow. I loved that book when I read it. It made me a bit queasy because I'm sensitive to medical stuff. I loved this book. Once again, made me a bit queasy because I'm sensitive to medical stuff. But I guess I would recommend. It's fun. It's fast paced. It's funny. I don't really have anything else to say. No. The Glass Girl by Kathleen Glasgow. I love this book. I relate to Bella so much. Not on the aspects you would think that I would relate to her. Like, not on the surface aspects, but the more deeper aspects of her personality. I relate to her. I love this book. I love everything written by Kathleen Glasgow except Girl in Pieces. However, I will be rereading that soon. I would recommend this book. Obviously, look up trigger warnings. These books are very, like, trigger heavy. Yeah. I would recommend it so much. I love this book. Last book I read of the year. Nobody in Particular by Sophie Gonzalez. I love this book. This is my favourite. This is competing with The Girl Who Broke the Sea for my favourite book of the year. Okay, I love this book. It is a sapphic romance where one girl is a scholarship student that joins this school for rich, influential people, private school on a scholarship, and then her romance plotline with the princess of the kingdom. I love this book! I love this book. It made me hysterically sob. Once I was done with the book, I sat on my bedroom floor and cried for half an hour because I didn't want it to be over. So, if you read any book from this video, read this one. Please, please read this one. Please, okay? I'm gonna wrap it up now. That's all of the books, and this video is currently over 40 minutes long, so I need to go edit. Bye!